If you are watching this video for the first time, make sure you are subscribing to Anantha Lakshmi Academy. Once you click on the subscribe button, you will see a bell icon. If you click on that bell and click on all, you will get to know whenever I upload a video. This will send you a notification. Hello everybody, welcome back to Anantha Lakshmi Academy. Today we are going to discuss the concept that is needed for us to solve exercise 5.3 of quadratic equations. Even before to this, we have covered the introduction, like what is a quadratic equation, how do we form a quadratic equation, and then we have covered exercise 5.1. Later, how to solve a quadratic equation by using the factorization method concept is discussed, and then we have solved the problems of exercise 5.2. Note, always before solving the exercise problems, we were going through the examples. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss a new concept called solution of a quadratic equation. Let me put down the heading. Solution of a quadratic equation by completing its square. By completing its square. So far, whatever the equations that we have discussed so far, we were able to solve them using the factorization, like wherein we were discussing about x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, wherein the product should be 6, which can be written as minus 2 and minus 3, and the sum will be enclosed as minus 5. Now, let us discuss a equation which is of the form x square plus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, when the product is minus 4, we can either do it as 2 and minus 2, or when the product is minus 4, we can do it as 4 or minus 1, and when it is minus 4, we can do it as minus 4 and 1. Isn't it? So 2 minus 2, when you sum up this, the x term goes off. 2x minus 2x is 0. 4x minus x is 3x, but they want 4x. Minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. In whatever the way we are trying to factorize, it isn't coming up to a solution of what is needed here. We need the sum to be 4. This is going to be 0, this is going to be 3, and this is going to be minus 3. None of them is solving our purpose. So factorization is not yielding us any answer when we are coming across the equations as such. So how do we solve this? Here comes the concept of solution of a quadratic equation by completing its square. So how do we do that? Now, when you have an equation like x square plus 4x minus 4, first thing we need to look for is what is the coefficient of this x square. Is it 1? Yes, it is 1. If it is not 1, if you have an equation like 2x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0, we have to divide this whole equation by 2 such that, why am I dividing it with 2? Such that x square coefficient, what is it? X square coefficient becomes 1. We need the coefficient of x square to be 1. Alright, so what are we going to do? X square plus 4x minus 4. Here already the coefficient is 1. So we are not doing any that division purpose. Now the next step that I am going to do is I am going to move this constant term to the other side, which is nothing but RHS. Then the equation turns into x square plus 4x is equal to 4. Alright, now what happens? Now I need to, as the concept suggests, completing its square. I want the left side to be in the form of a square. In the form of a square in the sense a plus b whole square. Because if you do x square or 4x square, we don't get any equation as such. When you do a single term square, like x whole square is x square itself. But in order to get something like x square plus 4x, we need to do something like, we need to write this in the form of a plus b whole square. How do I write it? Here x square we have. Now I am going to write it as, what is the formula of a plus b whole square? A square plus 2ab plus b square. So I'm going to write it as 2. What is a here? X into b is nothing but 2. 2 2s are 4x. Is this what is written here? Yes. Now is equal to 4. What did I do? I just wrote the same equation in the form of, here instead of 4x I just wrote it in the form of 2ab. Now I have a square plus 2ab. What do I need to write a plus b whole square? B square is needed. Now according to this formula 2ab, what is b? B is 2. So adding, in order to have b square, I should be doing it on the both the sides because we are dealing with equations. So adding 2 square on both sides. So what is this going to yield as? X square plus 2 into x into 2 plus 2 square is equal to 4 plus 2 square. Alright, so this is going to be a square plus 2ab plus b square is nothing but x plus 2 whole square is equal to 4 plus 4 is 8. Now, according to the factorization, how do we do it? Either x plus 2. Since we are dealing with squares, x plus 2 is equal to 8 or x plus 2 is equal to 8. So this, even before this, okay, let me write it as x plus 2 is equal to under root of 8. Can I write this? Removing the square on this side will become the square root of the other side. That is nothing but, if I send this 2 also the other side, it becomes minus 2 plus or minus. This is when you are dealing with square, when it goes to the other side, this becomes minus 2 plus or minus root 8. How can I write root 8? Minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2. Isn't it? Root 8 is nothing but, I can write it as root 4 into 2, which is nothing but root 4. If I take it common, this becomes 2 square under root and root 2. Nothing but 2 root 2 as the square and root gets cancelled. So that is what I have written here. So x is either, so what are the values of x? X is minus 2 plus 2 root 2 comma minus 2 minus 2 root 2. So for the equations, when we are not able to get the solutions using the factorization method, we have another method of doing this, which is nothing but solution of a quadratic equation by completing its square. How do we do this? First of all, we need to verify whether the coefficient of x square is 1 or not. If it is not 1, we need to make it 1 by dividing the whole equation with whatever the coefficient of x square. Then we need to move the constant term to the other side, and for the rest of the thing which is available in the LHS, we need to form it as a plus b whole square, and from there we could solve this. Okay, that is the concept of solution of quadratic equation by completing its square. These steps are very detailedly given in the algorithm that is mentioned in the textbook. Alright, please go through it even before we get into the examples. So please go through the algorithm. Whatever the steps that I have explained here have been in very much detail mentioned in the textbook. Alright, so let me tell you the generic form of doing this using the algorithm. Alright, so let's get into the concept of that. Let us consider the generic form of the quadratic equation, our favorite generic form, which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 be the quadratic equation. Alright, now what did I tell you? When you have a coefficient of x square as a value, then what is the step 1? What is step 1? Which is nothing but divide the equation by a on both sides. On both sides, I am mentioning it as OBS. Okay, that way it becomes ax square by a is 1, b by a into x plus c by a is equal to 0. What we did in the next step, step 2. What did we do? Move the constant term on the other side, which is nothing but x square plus b by a into x is equal to, now plus c by a is being moved to the other side. Now what happens? Step 3. Write the LHS in the form of a plus b whole square. Right? Even before writing the LHS in the form of a plus b whole square, first what we need to do? We need to add half into b by a whole square on both sides. So, why did I tell you as half into b by a whole square? Let us figure out. X square plus 2ab it should be. So, 2 into a into b. B is nothing but b by a. But here 2 is not there. So, this has to be b is nothing but b by a into 1 by 2. Can I write it as? So what does it become? 2 is this, 2ab. In 2ab, 2 is there. X is nothing but a. B is half into b by a. So that is what we are going to add on both sides in order to have b square. Half into b by a whole square is equal to minus c by a plus half into b by a whole square. Okay. Now what is the next step? Step 4. Write the LHS as square. Right? LHS as a complete square. Complete square can be written as a plus b whole square, which is nothing but a is x plus b is half into ba. Half into b by a whole square, isn't it? Alright, now this is going to be equal to minus c by a plus, can we just sum it up, b square by 2 square is 4, a square is a square, 4a square. Now step 5, what is step 5? Simplify and get the value of x. So step 5 is simplify the equation to get the value of x. So this is exactly the algorithm which I was talking about while mentioning the concept by taking an equation earlier. So what happens now? X plus half into b by a whole square is equal to b square minus, I am going to take the LCM. LCM is nothing but 4a square, b square minus this has a, no, a when multiplied with, okay, minus c by a, when we have the LCM as 4a square, this becomes 4ac, b square minus 4ac. Alright, now this is going to be x plus, now I am going to remove this square on this side so that it becomes the plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 4a square, I am going to write it as 2a whole square. If you split the square root to the numerator and denominator square and root gets cancelled and denominator becomes this. So x plus b by 2a is equal to plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, because square and root gets cancelled. So x is nothing but minus b by 2a, I am sending it the other side, plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If you take the LCM, this becomes x is equal to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So what will be the value of x? X is nothing but two values, minus b plus b square minus 4ac by 2a or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. These are the two values. Okay, now that we are done with how do we figure out these equations, now what happens when the value of b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, less than 0 and equal to 0. So what happens? This is nothing but the concept of nature of the roots. Now whatever the concept that I am going to explain is nothing but the nature of the roots. Okay, nature of the roots is nothing but, this is a very small concept, nature of the roots. Now, consider b square minus 4ac is, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. So, what happens? B square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Now, what will be the value of x? X is nothing but, which implies x is nothing but minus b plus b square minus 4ac by 2a, comma, minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. What are these? These are two distinct roots, isn't it? These are nothing but two distinct real roots. Okay, now what happens when b square minus 4ac is equal to 0? So, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So, that way x becomes, x is equal to minus b by 2a. As b square minus 4ac is 0, the other value is also minus b by 2a. What are these roots? Two equal roots, isn't it? We have two equal or same roots when b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Now the last case, which is nothing but b square minus 4ac less than 0. When it is less than 0, what happens? Under root of negative term. Under root of negative term is cannot be defined. So x cannot have real roots in that case, or x has imaginary roots. Alright, b square minus 4ac is less than 0, x cannot have real roots or it has imaginary roots. Okay, now depending upon which term we define the nature of the roots, that is nothing but b square minus 4ac. Depending upon b square minus 4ac value, whether it is less than 0 or equal to 0 or greater than 0, we were figuring out what will be the nature of the roots. So, this particular term b square minus 4ac is called discriminant. What is it? Discriminant of the equation, which is letting us to figure out the nature of the roots. This is called as discriminant. So, this is the concept that is needed for us. This is the concept which is needed for us to solve exercise 5.3 and 5.4. In order to solve 5.3, you just need to know till x value, how to define x value. But for 5.4, you need this concept. Alright, since this is a very little small concept, I have covered in the same session. So, b square minus 4ac, when it is greater than 0, we have two distinct real roots. When it is equal to 0, we have two equal or same roots. When it is less than 0, x cannot have real roots or it has imaginary roots. Since we are dealing with, we are predicting or figuring out the nature of the roots depending upon the value of b square minus 4ac, that is called as discriminant. Okay, you have to remember this term, discriminant. Alright, now that we are done with the concept, it is time for us to do what? Go through the examples. So please go through the examples, pause this video right here and go through the examples and unpause to check the exercise problems. Alright, so here I have the first problem already written on the board, also second problem. I hope you have already gone through the examples so that you will have a better understanding on how am I solving and also how to solve by yourself. Okay, why did I write first and second problems on the board at a stretch is because find the roots of the following equation if they exist. The equation is nothing but 4x square plus 4 root 3x. This is the second bit in your first problem. 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation. In the first problem, they are asking us to figure out the roots if they exist, and in the second, they are asking us to use the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is nothing but wherein we have defined x is equal to minus b plus or minus b square root sorry, under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Using that, we need to do the same thing in the second problem. Okay, for one bit I am doing in both the ways, rest of the things you can do by yourself. All right, so let me go through this. So the equation is 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. This is the very first problem we are going to solve by completing its square. Whatever the concept we have discussed and what is the algorithm that we have discussed, depending upon that, we are going to do this. Here, if you look at x square coefficient, we have 4. What is the step 1? Step 1 is nothing but we need to have x square coefficient as 1. Since it is not 1, so we are going to divide the whole equation by 4. So divide both sides by 4. That becomes 4x square by 4 plus 4 root 3x by 4 plus 3 is equal to 0. 0 by 4 is 0. Okay, x square plus root 3x plus 3 by 4 is equal to 0. Now the coefficient of x square is 1. What is the next step? We need to move the constant term to the other side. That is nothing but x square plus root 3x is equal to minus 3 by 4. What is step 3? We need to write the LHS as a plus b whole square. How do we write it? First thing we need to do is x square plus 2 into x into root 3. Now this becomes 2 root 3, which is not satisfying. So this needs to be multiplied with 1 by 2 again, isn't it? That is what we were discussing, no? When we have this as b by a, I told you that we need to multiply it with half into b by a whole square. So what does this become? Root 3 by 2 is nothing but our b. So that is nothing but half into b by a is, this is the thing, root 3 by 2, sorry, root 3 whole square, isn't it? So this is nothing but minus 3 by 4 plus root 3 by 2 whole square. Alright, now what are we going to get? This is in the form of a square plus 2 into a into b plus b square, which is nothing but a plus b whole square. X plus b is root 3 by 2 whole square. Alright, now this is going to be minus 3 by 4. That is root 3 whole square is 3 and 2 square is 4. 3 by 4 gets cancelled and this is going to be 0. X plus root 3 by 2 whole square is 0. So x is going to be minus root 3 by 2 comma minus root 3 by 2. Alright, since we have a square, we are going to have the same roots. Okay, now the second solution, the second problem solution, this is going to be using the quadratic formula. What is the quadratic formula? X is equal to, even before this, let us write given 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. The above equation, how is it? The above equation is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Alright, so the roots will be, therefore the roots x is equal to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the formula which we have learnt. So a is equal to 4, b is equal to 4 root 3 and c is equal to 3. As I said, ax square plus bx plus c, a, b, c values we got it. We just took it from the equation. Now what happens to the value of x? X is equal to minus b minus into 4 root 3 plus or minus 4 root 3 whole square minus 4 into a is 4 into c is 3 by 2 into a. Alright, now x is equal to minus 4 root 3 plus or minus 4 4s are 16, 16 3s are 48. This is going to be 4 root 3 whole square. 4 4s are 16 and 16 3s is also 48. By 2 plus 4 is nothing but, 2 multiplied with 4 is nothing but 8. So this is going to be minus 4 root 3 plus or minus 0 by 8. Alright, this is going to be x is equal to 4 2s are minus 3 by 2. X value is nothing but minus 3 by 2. What are we dealing with? Quadratic equation. When you get x value as minus 3 root 3 by 2, it is nothing but the second value of x is also equal to minus root 3 by 2. Isn't it? So this implies x is equal to minus root 3 by 2 comma minus root 3 by 2. Just before this, we had a concept of nature of roots, right? Wherein we said b square minus 4ac, when it is equal to 0, we get equal roots. We get two equal roots, which is nothing but even though you end up getting one value, you have to write it as two values because we are dealing with quadratic equations. Alright, that is about problem number 1 and 2 of exercise 5.3. Now I am going to stop this video here. We will be discussing the next problems, the verbal problems in the next video. So that is about this video. If you feel that the content is worth enough, you are able to understand the concept, please do like, share and subscribe to Anantha Lakshmi Academy. Also, please share it with your friends who are studying in 10th class or any of your relatives studying in 10th class. Thank you for watching.